This week, 2 weeks while I'm here in Italy, in addition to working on launching Truly Blessed, I had the honor of having an exhibit at Flashback Gallery in Torino. Flashback is an amazing space. It composes like 3 floors of an old orphanage, and they also have several buildings. So it's literally a beautiful museum. And they were interested in my work around the Trump years. And since I live in Washington, D.C., it's easy for me to walk out the door and go to a protest or go to an event. So I actually started documenting the years of Donald Trump right at the start of the inauguration in 2017. And it was crazy. There were riots in the streets, people setting cars on fire, smashing windows. And I was in the thick of all that. So I decided at that point, I'm going to just keep, whatever protests or things that are happening, I'm going to go to. And then along the line, kind of after Black Lives Matter and then the next election in 2020 was coming up, a lot of the Make America Great Again people, MAGA people, started doing their own rallies and protests in Washington, D.C. So I decided to go to those as well to kind of get both sides of the story. So basically, key highlights from this was the Trump inauguration. Then there was then Biden won the election, which was like it took several days for the votes to be counted. On that day, the streets of DC erupted in like celebration and joy. Following that, there was this Million MAGA march in Freedom Plaza in DC, where all the Proud Boys came. This sort of display of a massive display for Trump. And then came January 6th, which I thought was going to be the end of Trump. He was going to give a final speech, but that then turned into the insurrection. And then at the very end of the content for this exhibit, I decided to include the inauguration of Joe Biden, which was on January 20th of 2021. And I wanted to kind of show like what we were all hoping would be a return to normalcy. But the streets of DC, there was no celebrations. They were basically empty. It was very strange. The whole Capitol was like on lockdown. So that's the exhibit that's in Torino. There's 115 images. It's my largest exhibit to date in my career, and I'm really, really proud of it.